Welcome, everybody, to the Anime Refuge podcast. And today,
Okay.
we are doing a special episode, MINISODE. You know it. Not the typical weekly episodes. Because we're talking about one movie that just came out pretty recently in the U.S. Been out
Yep.
for a while in Japan, though. Ethan
Since October.
was super hyped about it. I mean, I think we all were somewhat, because
Mhm.
it's ufotable, and the Demon Slayer movie was
Yeah.
pretty hyped up. So we went and saw that a few days ago. And we're basically just gonna give our thoughts on it. So just jumping right in to not waste any time. What did you guys think of the initially before watching it, just going in?
Well, for the most part, because I read the manga, and by the way, there are going to be heavy spoilers.
Oh yeah, disclaimer.
Because I read the manga, I knew it was gonna happen, right? So going into the movie, I was really hyped, and I was like, yes, I'm so glad to see this animated and stuff. Because I could have pirated it, yeah, but I decided to wait.
It's just a
just to
different
get
experience
that
in the
theater,
theater.
yeah.
It was actually pretty cool seeing because you don't really
Yeah.
see an anime in a theater a lot. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool
Yeah.
experience.
So the whole time I was like, yes, seeing this animated is awesome. But then it got to the end, with Rengoku against Akaza, and I was like, no, no, I don't want him to die, please, no. Even though I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, and Nick and I have not read the manga, so we came in not knowing what was gonna happen, and
Yeah.
but just initially when it had the beginning whole scenes, it was really good quality when they were panning out, showing the train and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
showing the environment. It was beautiful, and I was like, dang, yeah, that's ufotable with that movie budget.
Yeah, with that movie budget,
It's
exactly.
just crazy,
hmm
Yeah. The first thing I noticed of the movie was just how smooth the animation is. It just
hmm
felt like real life at times.
Yeah. The CGI that they had for the train and stuff was super well done. And yeah, everything around the scenery and stuff around it was just super high quality. And then the characters themselves obviously looked like normal, but it was still really good.
Yeah.
And higher quality movement and stuff. One of the things that I had to say though was just in general, so I'm not a really big fan of a lot of the characters in Demon Slayer, specifically Zenitsu and Inosuke, but I thought that it was way better done in the movie because we didn't see as much Zenitsu, so I'm happy
Yeah,
about
so
that.
of course you're happy. Wow.
Yeah, we saw him somewhat, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
worst, as bad as moments.
Yeah, just the occasional lightning fighting scene. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the whole intro was, was pretty interesting. They obviously had to, since it was, even though it picks up from season 1, so it's in the middle of a
Yeah.
story, it's still the beginning of an arc, and it's a movie, so you have to have this beginning, middle, and end kind of setup. So there was still a lot of dialogue and
Yeah.
slower stuff in the beginning,
Mhm.
but there was still a lot of action, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was still really good. Yeah.
Because they bring Rengoku right out there into the
Yeah.
fight, fighting a few demons and stuff, and they don't skip on that animation and stuff, even though it's right in the beginning. And
It's
just,
right in the beginning, yeah. They're just like, all right, so we put all of our budget right into this,
Yeah,
and
no,
then we have more budget for
their
everything
budget
else.
was limitless.
Yeah, it was so good.
So watching those fights was epic.
Mm-hmm.
Loud as frick in the movie theater, man.
Yeah, okay, I do think that was one thing I noticed. I felt like they had turned up the volume a little louder than it it was still really epic. It was really cool, but I think the volume is just a little loud at points.
It was just weird being in the theater after not having been in a theater for over a year as well.
for
You know what was a weird thing?
yeah.
So us and a couple of our other friends, we we reserved a row for us because COVID, social distancing and
Yeah.
stuff. And then right when the movie starts, this couple comes in and sits
Oh,
right
yeah.
next to me, no spacing at all. They weren't
Yeah.
supposed to be there. And
They
I literally
weren't
I was like, what the fuck? And then I look over. I'm like, hey, could you social distance? And
Yeah.
he literally just says he looks, he sees there's no other seats, and he's like, no. And so I had to
Wow.
tell my whole group of friends to move
Yeah.
over
So-
a seat
yeah,
so
so,
I could actually social distance. And
the
then,
way the
and then they
seats,
left. And then they left
Well,
after 20
oh.
minutes. Yeah, I was like, what
Okay,
the
yeah,
fuck?
so the way the seats worked in the theater is you have to have 2 empty seats between groups, right? And I had reserved the row between us, and on either side of our group there were 2 seats only. So nobody should have been sitting in the row other than us,
Yeah.
which is the weirdest
It was
part.
definitely people just, movie hopping or something.
Yeah, movie hopping, yeah.
But why would they go there and then just leave? Like they
Then just
left
leave,
right
yeah.
after Rengoku fought those 2 demons. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is just the
Yeah,
beginning.
it's like they just came there just for the very beginning and they just leave.
Why would you do that?
Like, let's see like the super hype animation and then just leave.
Yeah, it was
Just
just so
missing
weird
out all
though,
the
because it was like
hype
it was a couple, and it was like
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like a high school or college couple, and I was just like,
Mm.
and I told the guy next to me like, hey, can you like just move? And he's like, no. It was just funny.
Yeah. Thing is, the theater wasn't even fully filled. They could have even easily gone to the back of it. Like,
Yeah, it was just
there was
weird,
plenty of
man.
seats.
It was just weird. Maybe they did that. They might have moved somewhere else.
They might have just gone
actually.
up, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I just saw them get up, and I was like, oh,
They
what
just
the fuck?
yeah. They just decided to leave. They're
After
like, nah,
we
we're not
all
interested
moved to seat,
anymore.
like we had like 7 or 8 of our friends, and we all moved
Yeah.
like to the left. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie was the theater was like loud as frick. Just before the
Yeah.
movie even too, just like the commercials.
Yeah, the
playing.
previews and stuff. Yeah.
It's like, oh god, I forgot I'm in a theater. God, it's so different.
Like, ow, my ears.
But dude, yeah, hearing a lot of the stuff going on was really cool. Going back to the actual,
Yeah.
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, going back to the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened? So after Rengoku did the thing, the like whole sleeping thing
The
happened.
whole
right? And they
yeah.
all-
So they start sitting down, and the girls and the guys, like the kids, get tied to them and
yeah,
try to destroy their cores.
I'd have to say that's probably my least favorite part, just because I think it. Yeah, it was
It felt
okay.
kind of slow.
Yeah, it was kind of slow going between them. I like how it didn't focus on like Zenitsu that much, and like I like how for everybody else it just like kind of showed what was up in their dream.
Yeah,
like,
in their
Inosuke
dream,
showed it
yeah.
just for a bit. Zenitsu just for a bit. All those people.
I would say my
Mhm.
main problem with that part, and like just the whole movie in general, is just the fact they spent so much time on Tanjiro's dream, which is kind of predictable, in which he like has to abandon his family again
Yeah.
because he has to go save Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I think I see. I didn't really have a problem with that part because we get to see how like strong Rengoku actually is. I actually like just watched a video about this earlier today.
Oh, you mean when
but, like,
he
He like
inadvertently,
everybody,
chokes her?
yeah, everybody else is like asleep. They have no clue what's going on except for Tanjiro who figures it out. But like Rengoku, even though he's asleep, knows something's up and he like unconsciously grabs the girl to prevent her from harming him.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we get to see how cool Rengoku is.
Yeah, I don't know
and
how to say
strong
it.
he
I don't
is.
know if it's like plot armor, would you call it, or something, but it was just kind of weird that like, you could easily tell that they set it up like Tanjiro gets his moment because like he's the only one that gets out, Like Rengoku's
Yeah.
super strong, but he didn't even get out, like
Mhm.
and then Tanjiro got out.
Well, that was like the whole thing. Like he said, like even though I'm a Hishira, I let this happen. I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah,
And then he's
so I
like,
was
if
like,
there's a hole,
haha,
I'm
it's
gonna
kinda
go
funny.
through it.
Like,
Yeah.
you should have gone.
I didn't
out.
really think about that.
Hmm.
But I actually really enjoyed his fight with the initial first guy too. It wasn't like
With Enmu?
amazing to me, but it had really cool moments. So the
Mhm.
part with that like guy that had a mouth on his hand,
Enmu, yeah, the sleep.
which we
demon,
thought
lower
was
one.
like the main
Lower moon
antagonist,
one.
which
Yeah.
eventually changes.
He kind of is the main antagonist until later.
Yeah, he was the main antagonist for the first half. So like him as a character was just like whatever. I kind of like what
Yeah.
Tanjiro. I kind of like the whole Tanjiro having to kill himself each time in his dream. It was kind of
Yeah.
it was funny and like
Mhm.
kind of cool. And I really liked the
Yeah.
whole scene where he goes up to slash him initially.
Hmm.
It was pretty hype in the theater and stuff. Got the cool music,
Yeah.
good animation.
Hmm.
But I did think it was a little dragged after that with the whole like when he evolves into like this big toxic thing, like I am the train.
I am.
That felt like such a
train.
JoJo moment,
He is
Yeah.
the train.
It was just so weird.
It's like what's that one guy from part 3 where he's like yellow? What's it? Yellow haze or something like that?
Purple haze.
No. It's
Wait.
the guy with like the yellow like goo that
Oh,
like
yellow temperate.
copies Kakyoin. Yeah. He's like, I am Kakyoin.
Hmm.
Except this
Yeah.
guy was like, I am the train.
I will say I would prefer that fight with the first villain to
Mhm.
just end whenever Tanjiro was like attacking him when it was like constantly kill himself in the dream.
Yeah.
I feel like after that it would have been a good place to stop, but then they had to continue it with like
Yeah.
him
I
taking over the train.
I guess the
Mhm.
only reason that they did that, in my opinion, was just to be like, yeah, Tanjiro's not that strong yet or something. Because in the end, the way
Yeah.
that they actually took him down is he had to work with Inosuke.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and like it took a coordination and like a lot of
Yeah.
concentration and stuff. So I guess my takeaway was
Mhm.
just like, I guess he's not ready for that
Yeah.
alone yet. Maybe he is
Yeah,
I
now,
think
but
it's like I think it's also because like the whole thing on Enmu's side where he was given Muzan's blood and he's trying to prove himself as being like worthy of being an upper rank demon.
yeah, that would have
So
been
I
kind
think
of
that
petty for him
too,
to go down
yeah,
so
to
easily.
go down, yeah.
true.
It's
Maybe I just
So,
like the second part of that first fight when they
hmm
were
it,
with the
it
whole
wasn't that
train
good.
takeover. It felt kind of slow and like yeah.
I think it was fine. I thought it was cool too.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, it had cool moments, but I kind of agree that it was slow and like action wise, yeah, I would have preferred to end at Tanjiro's first slice. Unfortunately, like I think just to
mhm,
have a better plot and like more realistic plot, like it
yeah,
just had to be like, no, he's stronger,
hmm
like that.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Um,
think it's also kind of like the whole thing with like Tanjiro figured out how to get out of the dream world, but with the second part of the fight, how it was like he starts to like do that so much, like try to kill himself, that it eventually becomes the real world, and he almost kills himself before Inosuke stops him.
yeah, that
Oh
was
yeah.
kind of funny.
So yeah.
Yeah, that move was kind of cool actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, and and it would have been really weird if Tanjiro did kill him there because everybody else would
Yeah.
have still been asleep. So Tanjiro would have just been like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I dealt with the main demon guy,"
Hmm.
and then like Rengoku's like, "Wait, what? What the fuck?"
Rengoku's
Everybody
like,
just
why
like
am I
wakes up
here?
and they're like, "What?" Like it would have been like way too
Hmm.
weird outcome at the end.
Yeah.
Just like everybody
Because
did
like
nothing.
if you think about it, the part
Yeah.
with Akaza probably would not have happened because like
Who's
I forget
Aka's? Oh, that's
exactly.
the guy at the end.
He's the one that Rengoku fought. Yeah, it was
Wait,
because
why?
I forget exactly why, but it's something like, you know that the moment when Rengoku like uses one of his moves and the whole train like jumps and like there's a big like boom.
Oh, and
Kind
it
of like
basically
Tanjiro even
hits
mentions
the
he's like, yeah,
side.
what was that? Yeah. So like apparent like that whole thing was like what summons Akaza. So had Tanjiro killed
Oh.
Enmu like right there that first time, none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
So
Yes, yeah. Damn, Tanjiro, you
mhm.
suck. You should have just killed him there.
Yeah, what the
Freaking,
heck, man?
freaking weak as frick.
Yeah.
Um,
Tanjiro caused Rengoku's death.
No.
yeah. But
Mhm.
what you said? So after that whole thing, I thought that was that was pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I thought that it was about to end, right? Because
Mhm.
the main train guy was killed, and
Yeah.
everybody's off to the side, and the train is down and stuff, and so I was just kind of like, that was like decent. Like it had really cool
Mhm.
moments and stuff, and it was a fun show. But
Yeah. It was a
wished a
fun
little bit
show.
more.
Good show.
And then it's like, wait, no, but there's more. And this is where
Yeah.
like it actually starts kicking off with like the action and
The
the like
actual like crazy
the
fights.
actual
Yeah.
action. Because yeah, when that guy comes, the what is he? Is he like the
Akaza, yeah.
third strongest demon
He's
basically?
he's upper moon. He's technically the fourth if you count Muzan. He's upper moon 3. So
So that means he's the
it's like
third. That's
Muzan's
not
the top.
Muzan.
Yeah, top. Yeah, Muzan's the top, and then there's 2 more, and then it's Akaza. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, when that guy came out, I was like, "What the fuck?" And
Yeah.
I was really hyped. I was like, "Damn, is there gonna be another fight?" And then when he came, I was
Yeah.
like, "It's not gonna be too long, right? Like he's just gonna come."
Mhm.
I thought that he was gonna do a typical like,
Like, oh, you've
Nick.
been
I was kind of
warned,
thinking of
kinda
One
like,
Piece, like Mihawk, or this too, Ethan, like Mihawk and
Mhm.
Zoro. Like he just kind of like
Yeah, isn't he's like,
observes.
you can fight me when I'm stronger or something like that?
He's just
Yeah.
like, wow, you guys are pretty strong. I'll just come back
when you're
later. But
strong,
no,
yeah.
he's like, fuck it,
Mhm.
like I'm gonna kill you
No,
guys.
he's like, hey, you should become a demon. Rengoku just says no, and he's like, all right, guess you'll die.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of, I was like, dang, props to the,
Yeah.
mangaka for like actually putting
Mhm.
the stakes out there,
Actually, like, putting, like, giving their reason for their, like, things to happen.
Yeah, yeah, drama and
I know.
stuff.
You can't. You also gotta love when like the battle starts and you just hear like the rock guitar just come in and you're just like, ah, stuff's about to go down.
The one of the few things I didn't like though is I felt
Mhm.
like Tanjiro cried a lot in this movie. Like
Yeah.
in the beginning,
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
so many times I felt like he cried to the point where I didn't really feel that bad towards the end. I was like,
Yeah.
man, he's crying for like the third or fourth
I
time.
mean,
Like,
it makes sense like because like he was seeing like his dead family and stuff. Like you'd probably cry if you did
did he
too. But like
wait? Is that the first time he cried? I thought
yeah,
that he
the first
cried
time
one
he
time
cried is because like
before
in his
that.
dream he like met his family. He's like, oh, I guess I'm just dreaming. So he started like tearing up like in the real world. And then
Yeah.
like the second time was like because obviously because Rengoku died. So like I mean you'd probably
No, I'm
cry
pretty
too
sure
if
he
like
cried
but like
another time before that.
mhm.
I think
I
he.
don't remember,
Well,
but
I know that he basically cried
those
the
are like the
whole
two main
Rengoku
times.
fight. So yeah, that was one of the
Yeah.
things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he cried like twice in his dream or something. Like when he saw them
Mhm.
and like when he was leaving or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
so I was just kind of like, eh. But other than that, the actual fight that went on was
Hmm.
pretty cool, and
It
you
was
know,
so hype.
I
Yeah.
liked how we got kind of a taste of what these. I thought it fit the story kind of well
Hmm.
because you're like, here's a
Yeah.
taste of like the stronger end, like the end game of
Yeah.
the whole series. Like this is what Tanjiro's gonna have to fight way later on, something
Hmm.
that Rengoku can't even beat. Somebody that's like so
Yeah.
fucking strong that his
Like
arms
the
just like
top of the best
instantly
of the best can't even
regrow.
beat. Yeah.
Like he's so
Some of
Hmm.
cool.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Rengoku just had to like Rengoku almost like died multiple times trying to beat this guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and
thought
then he did end up dying at the very end.
that fight
Hmm.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved everything about it in the beginning, badass, and you think
Mhm.
Rengo like I didn't know what was going to go. I didn't know if he was going to die or not
Yeah.
cuz like I didn't get spoiled or anything. So I was like holy shit,
Hmm.
are they going to kill like this demon or um
Yeah.
and then towards the end I was like, "Oh man, is Rengoku actually going to lose?"
Hmm. Dude,
And
I
that
think I
one
did
part.
see. I
Oh.
think I did see a spoiler for it a
Mhm.
while ago, but I didn't really remember it until like the very end, or until like just before it actually happened.
Yeah. Dude, that one part where Akaza uses his like blood demon art and he's like I forget exactly what he calls it, but where he like summons like the snowflake looking thing. That scene was animated so well.
wait,
It
was
looked
this wait,
so
who
good.
did what?
Snowflake
Akaza,
looking thing.
the Upper Moon 3, the one that fights Rengoku.
When
Remember
did he
when
do that in the
rem,
fight?
yeah, remember when
Oh, the
Rengoku was
invisible
like
things, the invisible fists,
no, no,
or
no, no,
like
no. It was
were
like the thing when Rengoku's like, I'm not gonna be defeated here. I'm gonna go all out, and so he uses like his most powerful move to get up close. And Akaza's like, all right, snowflake, and it shows like all of like the snowflake lighting up and then becoming red in the different spots.
Oh, wait. For some reason, I don't actually remember that
I'm,
part.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna try to find the clip of it.
Yeah, but anyway, there were still a lot of really cool ones that I do remember. My favorite moment in that fight was probably where like they get close up and Rengoku's like, "I'm doing my final move," and he like slashes and I think he
it
was
like
like
goes back
about.
down his shoulder and like up and through his head,
Yeah,
and
He goes down,
Yeah.
and then he like flips his blade up, and then he slices up, and then he
Hmm.
starts slicing towards it. Like that was so cool, and he was like pushing
Yeah.
it slowly over time, and then and then the demon actually starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh
Hmm.
fuck, that's not coming up." It was
yeah.
it was really
Wasn't
Yeah.
there like a moment when
Also,
like wasn't there like a
mhm.
moment when like either Rengoku or like the demon like grabbed each other's like fists or like sword or something? I don't remember. It was like
Yeah, cause like Akaza's fist was inside Rengoku, and he sees his son coming. He's like, "Oh crap, I gotta run!" So he tries to punch Rengoku so that Rengoku lets go, and then Rengoku's like, "No," and he just grabs his fist,
yeah, I
and
really like that
Akaza's
Oh
scene.
like,
yeah, he
"What
like
the?"
grabbed the fist with the other hand while he's like slicing. He
Yeah,
like grabbed his
yeah,
fist.
mm,
That was really cool.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
It's such a good fight. Yeah.
and it was kind of sad to see, Rengoku die, but
Also, we got to get a hint of like one of Nezuko's special things too. I don't know if you noticed, but like the whole sun coming up thing when it zoomed in on Zenitsu like holding down the like
She was like
one I
hiding in
forget
the
exactly what
box,
it's
right?
like it what?
Wasn't she just hiding in the box?
No, 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 no. When it shows Zenitsu like holding down one person and Nezuko, you can like with the sun up, so we get to see a little bit of like a hint that like maybe the sun doesn't affect Nezuko. So
oh yeah, I didn't really
yeah.
catch that.
I mean, I did see like Nezuko when the sun was coming up, but I thought she was just
Hmm.
like sitting inside the box.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like it doesn't exactly like reveal like kind of like what the whole deal is with that, but it's like a hint towards it.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So,
Yeah, and then when that
at least I
guy,
think it's a hint for it.
yeah, when the guy
Hmm.
ended up like actually leaving, I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool too because it showed Tanjiro like use his ability
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, I
Um,
think though to be honest, that was like one of the only things with the story that I thought it was kind of dumb, like how like like Tanjiro just gets really annoyed and he's like, "You lost, like Akaza, you piece of garbage. You know,
I kind of
Rengoku
like
won
that
this
because he
fight,"
was
and then he just
taunting him
throws his sword.
he was taunting him to like try to bait him
No, yeah,
back,
I think the
and the guy
taunting
was
thing was
almost coming
fine.
back. Like I almost thought he was gonna come
Yeah,
back because he was like, son
yeah,
of a
I
bitch,
thought the
are you
taunting
roasting
part
me?
was fine. The thing that just annoys me is that like he just like throws his sword and loses it again. Like it's the second time that his sword just like
Oh,
is
I mean, I
useless.
can kind of understand because it's like an emotional
Hmm.
moment, and like he
Yeah.
actually wants to kill
Yeah.
him, and like it actually hurts him. I'm pretty sure,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It like stabs him through the chest. Yeah.
I do think though that that Rengoku's death could have been a bit more impactful because like
Hmm.
we literally just met him like this movie. He was in the
Yeah.
first season, but like he didn't really do much in that first season
Yeah,
out
just
from what
tiny
I
bit, I
Hmm.
remember.
guess.
Um,
Yeah.
like we basically just met him in this movie and then see him die at the end of the movie. So like we didn't really have much time to actually like get to know him very well.
Yeah. I think it was mostly like because of the fact that he was one of the ones in the original or in the first season where like some of the Hashira were like, okay, we can kind of accept Nezuko for now, but then it was like it was the Wind Hashira, the Serpent Hashira, and then and Rengoku, those three were just like the ones that were the loudest saying like we won't accept like a demon or whatever. So I
Oh
think
yeah, I
like
don't
him
remember
dying
that.
and like finally saying like I accept her because like anyone who defends people against demons is
Yeah, that was a
someone I can
nice.
trust.
Yeah,
So
that was a nice moment to it that
mm,
connected if you
Yeah,
paid attention.
yeah.
But yes, I do understand what
that's the
Nick's
moment I
saying.
forgot about.
Hmm. Yeah, I
I
do
think it
also
does
think he
help a
could have
little
been.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still think his death could have been a bit more impactful,
Yeah, so
even
do
knowing
I.
that.
I think it could have been too.
and one of the things that annoyed me about that was like I think that everything after his death was like really stretched out. Like there was
Yeah.
crying for uh
Yeah.
like 10
Hmm.
minutes, I think. Like at least 5 minutes, you know, of them all
Yeah, it was
just
like
like,
5 minutes.
you
Yeah.
know, Tanjiro
I get that.
crying and then like
I
even
get that it
Nezuko
was supposed to
crying.
be a sad scene, and like the music did kind of help a little bit,
Hmm.
but it was just dragged on too long.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the
Dude,
fucking
this.
crow starts
Yeah.
crying. I'm like, what the fuck?
And the only thing
Can
that I
crows even
like,
cry?
the only thing that I can think would like justify that is they're trying to like show how the crows are like sentient, like they're there to help the Demon Slayer Corps. But like other than that, I'm like,
I mean, it
why?
was
The
just
crow doesn't
weird
need to
too.
cry.
Just like you
Yeah.
don't really
That
see.
that would have been fine if they didn't spend so much time on them
Mm.
crying earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do think
it's
it
like oh,
was.
literally everybody's crying
Yeah.
now.
I do think it was good that they showed the other Hashira being told, because I feel like it would
Yeah,
have
yeah,
been
that
weird if
was
like,
you know
yeah, I feel like it would have
you
been
could.
weird in the story if like none of them were told and they just found out and they're like, well.
Yeah, I do like how you can kind of see their reactions. That actually
Hmm.
reminds me
Yeah,
a lot of what happens with One Piece. Usually at the end of an arc, you
Yeah.
see a lot of people like that's not in that arc, like around the
Hmm.
world, reacting to like what happened.
Yeah.
So I always like that
Yeah, they
because
all become react
you know
Andes,
it
yeah.
helps a lot with the world building because you understand
Mm.
like you know people around the world how they
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
all like linked together. It's not like separate like weird
Yeah.
like
did like
dimensions or anything.
I did like how some of the Hashira mentioned something
Hmm.
about how, oh, even Rengoku couldn't defeat the upper level demon, and like
Yeah.
they were like super surprised that someone that they knew that was like really strong,
Hmm.
could even beat those guys. So like you could tell they were like pretty scared of them.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It
I do think
was
though, I
it was
think
good.
Rengoku had some pretty good quotes though. How he's like growing old and dying is one of the things that makes being a human like worth it and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So,
Yeah, actually backtracking a little bit, I guess we can touch on his backstory for a second. So, what do you guys think of
mhm.
that?
I didn't
I
really
think
think
it's
much of it really.
I think it's
Um,
good. It's definitely shown a lot more in the manga. Because we actually get to see his dad's like face and stuff like that, and um,
Wait, we.
you also
Oh yeah, we didn't see his face.
yeah, because you also get to learn like why his dad doesn't doesn't like Hashiras and Demon Slayers and stuff. I think
Oh.
Nick, were you the one that asked me? Somebody asked me why his dad like didn't like them. I don't remember who it
I think
was.
I asked him. I don't think I asked that, but like I am
Someone
curious now.
asked me, but like it's like
Is
like
it
the
a
whole reason is
spoiler
that
or
like
like?
yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but there is
Because
a
they might
reason that
say it in
like
season 2. You never
yeah,
know.
it's related to Tanjiro that like I
Oh,
can't
okay.
really say it. So
But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the backstory. Because it
I
was
thought the
basically
backstory
just
was
like
fine.
it was just like your mom's dead and your dad doesn't like you.
Hmm.
That was
Yeah.
basically it. Was like,
Yeah.
okay,
I
cool.
think though it
It was
kind of
just
gives us
basically
like
to show that like he
yeah.
has like an undying spirit, and he's like, I'm still gonna push
Hmm.
through no matter what people,
Yeah.
even if I don't get support that I want, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say his backstory is among the best that
Yeah.
I've seen.
It's not
Um,
like a crazy good backstory, but I think it's
It's
still
just kind of
good.
there.
Because like visually, we also get like hints. Like he mentioned, like, oh yeah, Tanjiro, go back to my home, and there might be some notes on what you're looking for.
I mean, that was kind
yeah,
of an
it's like
interesting
it's a
So
hint at.
foreshadowing a little bit to what's gonna
yeah,
happen later
Yeah,
in the
yeah, that
series.
was like, okay, so now we
hmm
kind of have an idea of what's, gonna
yeah,
happen later.
Like maybe Tanjiro's gonna go to his house and learn more about that firepower that he learned from his dad.
yeah,
And
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's definitely gonna play a point of
yeah,
the plot. Has to.
yeah.
and then
Um,
actually I think Rengoku did mention something about how the Black Blade. He mentioned something to Tanjiro about how like
A
people
Black
with the Black
Blade's
Blade.
never become a Hashira. Yeah.
Yeah, and like how they never like stick with like one element or whatever.
oh yeah, I
Um,
forgot. They actually like, wait, that in the movie is like, wasn't that the first time they talked about the like actual elemental like sword styles?
Yeah, it was the first
Or
time they did, and he's like, yeah, people with a black blade are known to never stick to one thing.
because I kind of thought he
yeah,
stuck to
So,
water or like at least water
hmm
fire or something.
yeah,
yeah,
that's because he learned it from Gyu. But
Oh
like
yeah, because Gio was like a water guy.
but
yeah, he
now
learned it
I
from
think he's gonna go
Orokodaki and
around.
stuff. Yeah.
I think he's gonna go around meeting the other Hashira and like learn their abilities too. So he's able to like switch
He
between a whole bunch
becomes
of
the
things.
Avatar.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be
I mean,
interesting.
Ethan knows what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
So this is
Yeah,
just
I'm not gonna
my
say anything.
prediction, my theory.
Oh, I see.
Um,
That
Okay.
would be kind of funny though. You just see Tanjiro like rising up, but he's got like black blades going around him. And he's got like all the
Black
elements.
blades.
but I
Yeah,
wasn't thinking
he's like,
like
I am
that.
the Avatar.
Yeah.
He just like starts hovering in the air.
Yeah.
Um. So, I mean, are there any other things you guys want to bring up? Any
Probably
specific
not.
points
What
that
do you
I
got?
forgot to mention?
What was your overall like? I guess like score. Like, what do you think?
So, for me, I've been kind of going back and forth between rankings because I think that Ufotable did an amazing job with what there
Hmm.
was. I think this arc was perfect to have as a movie because it
Yeah.
wasn't super long. And the fight at the end, it would have been really epic probably in an
Hmm.
anime format, but it's just even better in a movie format.
Yeah,
This
because you get the
fight
whole
of
budget and
Rengoku
stuff.
versus that
Yeah.
that other third Hashira or
Hmm.
whatever, or third whatever demon guy.
Yeah.
But ah, like even though there were a lot of kind of iffy parts in my opinion, I was overall still pretty entertained and interested in the story and the show.
Yeah.
Like just there was so much action and it was really cool. Um,
Hmm.
cool is like a good way to put it because I wouldn't say like the story was amazing, but like
Hmm.
it was very cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I initially didn't have a very high opinion of the movie, but like, I think talking about it a little bit more over this minisode,
Hmm.
um, I came to like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
The plot isn't anything like original or like crazy, amazing, like
Hmm.
mind blowing thing, but it's pretty enjoyable. I'd
mhm.
probably put it like 7 or so. Um, just because like is crazy animation and like a decent plot.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does have it does have like a lot of like little parts that I don't like about it, but it's not bad.
Hmm.
I really liked its peaks. I'll just say, probably a solid 8 for me. Um, yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. But I'm not gonna say it's perfect. But like, I still really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
It was really fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the plot's perfect or anything, but like I really enjoyed it, and of course, like obviously, Demon Slayer is one of my favorite series. But like, I mean, I give
Yeah,
it a
sure.
10 just purely because like I'm not really like even if the plot is like an 8 or like a 7, like if I like actually like really enjoyed it and I didn't really have any major problems, then like I mean for a movie it's a 10 for me. But
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's like some other anime that I've seen that like
mhm,
the plot isn't amazing, but just because of like all the action and like just hype
yeah.
around it,
Yeah,
it's still
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't get
amazing.
me wrong though. I'm not saying this
Dude.
movie is perfect. It's by far, I mean, it definitely has flaws and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah, it's so tough
So,
cause like I'd probably rate it somewhere like around 8.5. So like it's like in between like an 8 and a 9 kind of for me. So
yeah.
I don't know exactly what I rate it, but
Hmm.
Like there are anime like Naruto and like Dragon Ball where like there was like a
Yeah.
lot of flaws in the plot and everything, but it's still like really enjoyable because of all the fights
Hmm.
and action.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a reason people like those so much.
Hmm.
Um, so it's definitely not a bad thing. I definitely don't regret seeing it because it's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. And honestly, like
Hmm.
if like someone else that hasn't seen it, like I don't know, somebody else like asked me to see it again, I'd probably say sure.
Yeah. I'd
I just
definitely go see it
I just
again.
love just looking at animation and stuff. So like looking at
Hmm.
Ufotables, like fights, it's just amazing. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. After doing this minisode, I feel like I want to see it again sometime because
Hmm.
no, I think there are some parts I missed when I watched it the first time, and
Yeah.
then like the animation, just like that alone is just like I definitely got to see it again just for that.
Yeah, it was mind
Hmm.
blowing the freaking fights.
Yeah.
I would say like it was like a little not up to my expectations just because my
Yeah.
expectations were like it's the best thing in the world, like just
Yeah.
because just from some things I heard from people, I just thought
Hmm.
that it was like actually the best thing in the world. It is like
Yeah. I heard a lot of
amazing.
people say that like it
Don't get
was
me wrong.
like super like top
Yeah,
of the line. You can't get better.
it's
Like, and I don't
amazing.
think it was really
Mhm.
that, but
Yeah, it
it was
wasn't
still
it
really
wasn't
good.
perfect
Yeah.
even with animation, but like it still had
Hmm.
god tier animation
Yeah.
moments, especially in the fights.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm not sure when the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movie came out, but that and Demon Slayer movie came out around the same time.
Hmm.
Both made by Ufotable, and I know that Heaven's Feel also had like some crazy animations that I definitely want to see it for.
Yeah.
yeah, so I definitely recommend this movie to anybody thinking
Yeah,
about
definitely
watching
go.
it.
Yeah, if you can see it, go see it now.
Yeah, I
Right
think.
now, you have no
Wait, so
choice.
how much? So you said, Ethan, you were saying something about in the U.S. that it was only.
I'm pretty sure it's a limited weekend. Hold on.
That kind of sucks. That it's just for a short time. Was that with Weathering with You as well?
Yeah, Weathering
Yeah.
with You is only for a week, and I saw it for the weekend that it was here.
It's weird. All the anime movies seem to only be like airing for like a short time in the theaters.
Man, that sucks. Well, yeah, in the U.S. Because
Yeah,
like,
Film will release on April 23rd and on digital platforms on June 22nd.
oh man,
What does it
well,
say?
yeah.
Like,
And it's weird because like it's I don't know where to watch like things like Your Name and stuff. Now
I'll
I have to
send
get
I
you
a
like
like
a
mean,
place to see
you
it.
can
Yeah.
you could
yeah
probably
I have to
rent
go
it.
to like an illegal site or something to watch it
There are
because
plenty
like
of sites like that. And I was just about to say, if you really want to see the movie, there probably is a way to see it.
Hmm. Yeah, if you can't go
Unfortunately,
in
if you
theaters.
didn't see it in
I
movies,
don't
I'm
know of a way
sorry.
to
If
see
you
it
did see
online.
it, you probably know what I mean. Like it was a different environment, and I think it fit the movie atmosphere
Mhm.
pretty well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
Yeah.
yeah, I like how everybody clapped, and it was like I think one of our friends
Dude, it
started or
was so
something.
awkward because nobody was clapping, and
I
I'm
just think
Yeah.
that's
sorry,
awkward
Caleb
to
and
clap
Keon,
at the
if
end
you
of
watch
movies.
this. Yeah, I
That's
don't
like
like if it's
clapping
like a
when the
Star
plane
Wars
lands.
movie, it makes sense. But it was so awkward because I'm sitting there, nobody's clapping, and then suddenly two friends next to me just start clapping really loudly, and I'm like, okay, guess we're doing this now.
Yeah, you know.
Not that I have a problem with it,
It's
but it was
fun
just kind of
clapping at
funny.
the end of any movie, just weird, no matter how
Yeah,
good it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like at your house with like your family, and you just finish your movie, and you all just go like, like
Just
what the
start
heck?
doing that just
So
because why not?
weird.
It's like a movie from the 80s. Great job. Fantastic
Yeah.
work. I'm so
So
proud.
it didn't
No, it's
last
like one
that
of those
long
old
though.
timey.
Yeah.
It's like one of those old timey plays, and then like the actors come out on stage and do a little bow
Yeah, and
while you're all
everybody's just
clapping
like,
for them.
because like the
Yeah.
people that made the movie aren't there, so it's like you don't have to applaud. They're not there.
Mhm.
You're just
Yeah.
applauding to a screen. Like,
Great job.
it was funny though.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Upon a screen on the other side of the earth when the people actually made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it overall was a really good movie. So,
Yeah. I think we can end it there
yeah.
though.
So
Um,
closing thoughts. Do we have anything? before I get
basically just
destroyed
my
and
rating.
no
You
longer
know,
connect.
hey, it was good. I recommend
Yeah.
watching. You know,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
I would
It
recommend
was
go
pretty
watch
epic.
now.
Yeah.
Very actiony, very shonen-y. You know,
Yep.
which is a good thing though.
Yep.
It's a very well done movie. I feel
Mhm.
like the movie definitely heightened what the manga had.
Yes, yes, because the manga was absolute garbage. Just kidding, just
Wow.
kidding, just
Get out.
kidding. But I
Trash.
do. I mean, can't deny that Ufotable did kind of like pop it off a little bit more. You know, not saying that the original is bad, but you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, we won't keep stalling. We'll have
Yeah.
know our weekly episodes, and we'll have minisodes eventually, especially at the end of the
Minisodes.
season. You know, when we finish a lot of these other seasonals, because
Yeah.
like you know, I've been watching. You know, we've all
There's
been
some pretty
watching
good ones
a
this
lot of
season, yeah.
seasonals, dude. I've been really into 2 Year Eternity. I just watched the 3rd episode. I think it's
Mhm.
really good. It's my favorite one this season so far.
Yeah.
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 But before we leave, make sure to like and subscribe as always. As much as we don't want to say it, the algorithm will kill us if we don't.
Hog.
And of course, hit a comment. You know, send
Hit a
us some
comment.
if you.
Just hit a
Sorry,
comment, guys.
I meant hit the like button, send a comment, whatever. You get what I'm saying. We want to hear your thoughts.
Yes,
And of course,
thanks.
follow the socials: Spotify, Twitter.
Yeah, let us know
Whatever
what
you
you
like.
thought of the movie if you saw it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know, just want to hear from other people. And so this was just basically our point of views of what we thought about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hope you guys enjoyed though.
yeah.
We'll see you
Yeah.
in the weekly probably next.
Yep.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yes.
Maybe another
We don't know if it's
mini
gonna come
No,
out or
yes.
not.
we're stopping the pod. It's
Yeah.
over.
All right. Anyways, see
Anyways.
you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
決意